welcome to the first instalment of Project XM. This will be episode 1, part 1, whatever you want to call it. If you're a previous subscriber or you watch my channels, which I get a fair few messages of people that I know that do, you probably have seen this wagon before where I started out ages ago. I was going to get into it, didn't get into it, had other stuff going on. So I'm making a fresh start now, just in case you're wondering why. And we're going to go from there. So, bit of rust to do on it. Not much mechanical work to do on it. I'm a mechanic by trade, not a panel beater's backside. So any advice or anything you see I'm doing that I shouldn't do or should do otherwise, criticism's welcome. I'm pretty good at giving it out, so I should be pretty good at receiving it. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll notice I do a lot of small engine work and some other stuff. I was a mechanic by trade. I've got a small engine workshop set up in my shed here, which I do over the weekend and after work. I work for a power company on the other part of the scale. And that's about it. So what I'm going to do is grab the camera, give you a bit of a run round on it, have a bit of a look. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I won't film everything because I feel I need to get it done rather than fart-assing about editing and filming. So sometimes if I say I'm going to do this, I mightn't film it, but then I'll film a recap of what I've done and give you a rundown on what I've done at a later date or just after it and everything like that. The rest of it I'll probably film. I hope you hear that growling. Big buck kangaroo hanging around the side of the shed. Anyway, hope you enjoy. She's fairly straight. It's going to be stock standard. It's just a 170 pursuit going back in. It's got 3 on the tree. It's not going to be a street machine, so I'm not going to be having people saying, oh, chrome the nuts, chrome the bolts. You know, that's fine. I don't want to be doing all that. I want to enjoy it, I want to drive it, not worry about getting dirt on it or dust on it. So, hopefully, this is just the first episode of probably 300 knowing me. We'll get into it and we'll have a bit of a look around, right? So here we are, guys and girls. XM Falcon Ute 64 model. As you can see, I've already taken some of the panels and doors off at a previous date. Engine's out. 3-speed gearbox. The history on this vehicle, it's a special colour paint. So it was orange and it's been white. A little bit like that Cooper's can there. But I'm not sure whether it was TNT, Brambles, DMR. Not sure. And here's our 170 Pursuit, which will be cleaned up and going back in. It's got 11,000 miles on it. She is 3 on the tree. No one will steal it, no young fella, so they won't know how to drive it. Windscreen's out. Dash. Did have a hard, soft cover dash on it, which I've still got. Speakers have seen better day. Probably had opera on. A couple of little rust holes in the floor. I have a floor pan for it, a new one, and I've also got new sills. Back window, I've still got it. Oh, don't look there. I've still got in there. So that sill there's rusted out. For you that are new to cars videos, that mower deck does not come with it. Bit of rust there. It's not too bad. I did repair a bit of rust there previously. So, mate and I, Dazza, notice these were put on back to front. I should have been other side actually. A bit of rust in this guard. It's not too bad on that side. For the rust, there's the soft pad. Soft dash. all the bits I've got in here. Got a bit of rust at the back, not too bad. A little bit of rust in the boot, spare tyre carrier, and that side there. I've already cut that bit out, going to treat that. Taking the inner panels off, see there's the orange it was, off the tub. Yeah, straight as a die in the back of the tub here. The only thing is, little dent there just on the left hand outer inner left hand tub. Your words going here. That's the original seat out of it. I've since bought a seat out of a coupe. So two of them are separate at the back and they fold down. It's pretty cool. That's the original windscreen. It won't be going back in. It's not laminated. If you've ever had a non-laminated windscreen go off in front of you, it scares the shit out of you. Thought I was shot. So it had a different tarp on it. So I'll be filling those in. Tack weld a little them up. Here's, I've got a bit of 1.2mm pressed, I think it was 1.2 or 2.1 pressed steel for the bit of the panel work, which I was recommended to by a couple of panel beaters. Just can't remember the size of that. A little bit of rust on this seal too, but it's not as bad as the other side. I do have full seals. My dolly wheels to pushing around, they're very handy. If you haven't had a set of them before, get a set. Even if you don't have a car, get a set. So you can see there's some holes over there. You can see straight through. These will be some of the projects I'll be doing. At the back. And, yeah, interior's not too bad. The dash was a little bit of a bluey colour, which has worked out pretty good because the coupe seats that I've got blue stripe on them. So that should be pretty good. Look pretty good, hopefully. So here's some of my other parts here. There's doors, you can see the colour of the doors there. Bit of a bluey grey sort of a tinge. Tailgate over there, it's as straight as a die. Don't even know it's been out of the factory. Unbelievable. Fuel tank, she's A1. This is the grill. The grill's got a little dent in it, but it's not too bad. Noise suppression. So that's about all I can show you at the moment. And she's in a fairly good sized shed here. Time to get into it and have some fun. Hope you stick about, like and subscribe, send me a message, share. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. It is not going back orange. I will be giving it a full paint. It won't be in a booth. It'll be in this booth right here. They weren't done in booth in the day. I'll be putting some rust treatment in. Probably working with that KBS. Apparently seems to be a pretty good product. Not orange and it won't be white. I've got a fair idea what colour it'll be. I've given the hint away already. She's still on a generator too, look at that. Boom, boom. Right. Pretty sure that's how it is, it says right there. So, just sliding underneath here now. And I don't know how well you can see it. Pretty well just surface rust under here. There's a couple of little bang holes. Look, a couple of holes here you can see in the floor on the driver's side, which I've got a replacement panel for. Springs are a little bit rust on them, but I'll be alright. Rear diff, tail shafts, it's all good old surface rust. Might have a look into that KBS product. See how we go. Yeah, let's go around to the other side. Now we're on the left hand rear here. This is the side I thought I would attack first. I don't know why I thought that. So I've cut that out. That was rusty. I'll treat all this. Now in here, there's some rust in that panel there, the inner guard seal. As you can see daylight through there. Underneath, a little bit how you're going. So I'll probably cut it as close to the rust as I can. Maybe even on that. Oh no, probably there. Just put some patches over that, cut that out. But I really don't know how I'm going to get those angles. I'll work it out. I'll work something out. And they probably won't be exact. But I'll see how we go. Surface rust mainly around there. And yeah, give it a bit of a hit. Cut a bit out and try and remake it. I'm not worried about having all those imprints and all those marks and all that, as long as I get it fairly 99%. Right, didn't there. I'll put one of the doors out. It was full of fiberglass, which I thought was weird. Then I'll probably move on to this side. Cut that out. A little bit of a hole down there. This one's not as bad on this side, it's just that inner part. There. Be bad enough for me. There could be some swearing on this video. There's the bit I cut out of the other side. Part of it. And other than that, oh, I didn't have a floor in it there either. On this hole here that come in these. So I was thinking about putting some fancy, sexy wood in there. Some panels of something. Saw me bits and pieces. Have a look at this. It was on the back of it. I think I shared that in another video. McLeod Ford. Just riveted on the back. Down here it was. Some people don't like it, but I might put it back on. Once again, don't know why. Well, guys, so hopefully, or girls, if you're out there, the next video you'll see is me hacking at that panel there, taking him off, and we'll see if we can shape one up and take him on. YouTube will explode.